Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over a certain project that I've come across and I've just had driving for a little while, but I haven't really documented much on it. And it's a car that I've been driving to the racetrack here and there, and it's been great, and it's surprising to most people because most people want to talk smack on it and they want to say that it's unreliable and so on and so forth. And I'm a BMW M guy, so you can kind of at least narrow it down to what kind of car I might be talking about. And the car is a BMW M6. This has the S85 in it, and a lot of people did give it a lot of hate, but this one currently has 189,000 miles on the clock. And let me see if I can get that to light up. And let's go ahead and take a look at the mileage. The mileage is currently sitting at, let's see if we can get that right there. And it is 189,105 miles. So a lot of people would like to say that this thing is unreliable. And well, I would pretty much disagree. I would say that it's been one of the most reliable track cars that I've had. And with many, it's been their ride home. When we go to the track, I usually sometimes have to tow people back, and they end up driving, well, this car. So, well, let's go over what mods it has so far. It currently doesn't have many. The only one of the weight reduction ideas that I've done so far is I've added an H6 battery versus the H8. As you can tell, this cable is extended pretty far because usually the battery ends all the way over here. The other thing is that it currently has a muffler delete. That came with the car. I didn't install it. And another thing is my current heavier weight reduction items is I'm missing a passenger seat, and I have an OMP fixed back racing seat. Other than that, the car is pretty much dead stock. Still have cats, still passes smog, still does glorious things in that level. But overall, she's a great car. So, well, I already have the scales in place. Let's go ahead and get her set up to weigh. As we can see, the weight is completely off the pads, so this should give us a pretty accurate reading, at least accurate enough. Of course, with any weighing measurement, there's always tolerance. But currently, she's weighing in at 3613, and you can go ahead and just look at the weight distribution. We're a bit front heavy, 44%, so 56% front nose heavy, or a little bit more, and yep. And the main goal for this video is going to be removing our door cards, and that should give us enough. Removing the back seat, removing our bottom tray, and I'll just record them as I go. We'll remove them, and let's get to it. So let's start off with the easy one. That gets us down to 3605. And I preemptively actually unlock this. It's just a simple pull up on the back seat. This thing actually weighs a good bit, surprisingly. And now we're already in the 35. So next we'll get to the door cards. It's a pretty simple uninstall. There's just a screw, and then underneath the window switch is another screw. That removing that speaker is of course gonna gain us a lot of weight, and hopefully I can retain our door cards, our door latch, but we'll see what we can do about that. So now we're sitting at 3578. Let's go ahead and disconnect the other side. Okay, so I've done quite a bit before I cut out of the video. I've actually removed the whole trunk area. Trunk area is probably good for like 2 pounds-ish, a pound on average of each piece. As you can see them, there's the floor sections, all the styrofoam and everything. And now with the door card removed, rear seat removed, we still have some of my camera stuff and then some miscellaneous stuff in here. We're weighing in at 3558. So we've knocked off almost 50 pounds from the beginning with removing the rear seat along with everything back here. So let's continue. I might try to remove this back passenger area. It's a little bit of a pain though. I can see that we have 210s down here, but I need to figure out what's holding the rest. I'll probably do some research real quick and then we can get to removing it. I ended up removing The rear, to remove it is very easy. All you have to undo is these 10s. I thought it was gonna be way more complicated in the beginning. You just remove these 10s and then you just have to pull up really hard and get past a little circlip on the headrests, and then the whole thing comes off. Very simple. For future weight savings, I am planning on getting rid of this center console and replacing it with something that could probably work a little bit better and of course be way lighter, because this storage bin is super heavy. So hopefully we can get that. And as you notice, I have my ugly red painted door card. That wasn't me, by the way. That was the previous owner. But I left that on mainly because I need that door handle in order to get in and out easily, and I do not want to rig up a way right now. I don't have the time to get anything kind of sorted. So, well, here we are. So the other thing is I'm gonna remove these side panels later, and also I'm gonna end up removing the AC compressor and the condenser. And you may be wondering why I'm gonna be doing that, and the reason is because when a little while ago, this car is very high mileage, as I showed earlier, and the car had a bad AC compressor. The clutch fell off, and when the clutch fell off, well, it's a race car. I don't really need any type of track performance out of an AC compressor, so I decided to pretty much scrap it. And I ended up using a bypass belt, so I don't have to run it anymore. And that should also gain me probably a net of 35 pounds, 40 pounds of weight savings, and also save me about $300 as compared to replacing it, or more than that. I think it's like $400 now, or whatever the case is. So once I get that going, we should be good. Now I'm just gonna lower this thing down onto the scales and we'll see how much she weighs. Well, here's the results, and weighs in about 35, 36. So with fuel, you're at another 120 roughly, a little bit less. Would be sitting at 3650 to 3630. And well, pretty much to recap on everything, we ended up removing the trunk area, H6 battery, removal and replacement of seat, which is a race seat. And then the fourth one would be the rear seat. The rear seat probably nets you about 50 pounds. If you have rear passengers and you're planning on doing this, not a great idea. I don't need them. I'm planning on eventually adding a race seat in the front for the passenger, but at the moment I don't have the funds, nor do I really care for it. So in the future, she'll probably weigh a little bit more, but hopefully the AC compressor can kind of negate that. And well, hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.